This is Artifact Review 2 for Group 18 in the SER 401 Capstone class. We are currently still in Sprint 1, kind of just winding down. You can see it ends here at 11:19. We've pretty much finished all the tasks for it. Right now we're just working on getting everything merged in GitHub and putting the finishing touches on what we've done so far. So the sprint goal hasn't really changed. We added a little bit, just that we are going to begin building our first environment. Since it's a VR application, our first environment is going to be a 360-degree like Arctic scene with some Arctic animals like deer, there's little foxes, and penguins. So we started working on that. We started working on kind of camera movement and following the player and giving them the ability to look around the entire scene rather than just be stuck in one spot. So I will go ahead and go through. Let's go into our backlog and you can see the tasks that we've had for this sprint so far. Looks like everything's closed. So here are our user stories and our tasks. Yeah, we've got everything closed now, so just got to get stuff merged. So the main ones for the second half, since the first review, we've got character movement. We filled in the scene with some more characters, camera movement. We've done a little more research with some plugins to kind of make it prettier. And then we've got the head movement on the 360-degree like view of the scene to allow the person to look around while they're wearing the VR headset rather than just be stationary. So let me pull up some of our examples here. They're in here somewhere. There we go. So what we've got so far, first the head movement. Here's a quick little demonstration of that. So you'll start it as you enter the scene. This is just the basic scene here. You can see some animals. So this is what it would look like in the headset. And then if you hold Alt on your keyboard in Unity, it will simulate what it looks like to look around. So you can see, you get the 360-degree view, you can look up, you can look down. And notice this is before we have any character movement, but you can also tilt your head side to side. So yeah, so that's simulating what a VR headset may look like. Next we have, I believe this kind of shows, yeah, so we're going for more of like a third person kind of look where you're going to follow an animal around, and that will kind of like guide the user around the scene. So the animal that you're following will kind of set the path that you go and show you around the scene. You'll walk around other animals and the environment as a whole, but the user won't actually have to like move themselves, since we know that a lot of the kids that'll be using this game will be, you know, going under procedures, so they won't have the ability to move around a bunch. So we'll do the movement for them, and all they'll have to do is look around, and they won't actually have to interact with the scene. So you can see here, we're standing behind this deer, and as it starts, the deer can walk around, and we just kind of follow it. So this is obviously not a finished product, but it kind of shows you what the game will look like as a finished product. You'll be following like a deer or some other sort of animal around the environment. Next, we need to obviously animate the rest of the animals around the scene, because we don't want everything just to be stationary. We want to be able to keep the viewer entertained and really gripped by it. So here we can see just an example of a little bit of the penguin movement. Hopefully we'll have them walking around and stuff, but real quick you can see how this kind of mimics what it would look like as a waddle. So the penguins will waddle around the scene. And then we'll work on getting that set up with the rest of the animals. So the deer should walk around, the foxes should walk around, and everything else. But that is about it for artifact number 2.